eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Atlanta Falcons and the Las Vegas Raiders. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Swift to start the drive. And now off to the races down the right side. The 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Wow, first play of the game sees 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Lance looking to throw it. Here's Fuller with a catch. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Taken down at the 49-yard line.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Let's go now. Chris, 52.
Lance and company going on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 98 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run here with Swift.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And his kick is right there. It's good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw there taken in by Smith.
Complete to John Smith. It's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Now Lance.
That escapes the sack. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Right, 97. Blaster, 6. Black Ultra.
And they'll go for it. Lance. He sees Fuller on the out route, and it's complete. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. So 8 yards on the completion there, and this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. He's got Fuller. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Back to the ground with Robinson. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Striker, 3-3, strike 2.
From the 44, Lance. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here. This offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Lance. Able to find Isabella. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 20-yard line. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Lance. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
To throw, it's Lance. That ball complete to Isabella. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Lance to throw for it on 4th down. Mostert hit, and he drops the ball. And the Falcons grab it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. The 30. 10, 5, and this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for for 26 and a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Robinson on a give right side. And he'll work down inside the 45. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Down.
2nd down and 7.
38.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Lance now to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get the football here at their own 23. And, Charles, you know, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try to force plays, right? You try to get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Going deep here for Watkins. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. In today's NFL, you know, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Looking to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Ready up.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. A final shot before half for Lance. That's Isabella open on the right side. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here we go.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Lance to throw it.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Wait.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is Smith with a grab. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down.
They'll try it now with Mostert. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Lance going to throw.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
From the 38, Lance.
That's complete to Robinson.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
A 5-yard gain on the play.
Lance now on 1st down.
And this one complete to Smith.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And the Raiders are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Again, they'll throw it with Lance.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown.
Brian Robinson Jr.
hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Raiders are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half.
Now Mike McCarthy saying, let's go for 2.
Lance going to try to throw for this.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
125 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
And the Falcons first down.
first and 10, it's Swift.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Austin Johnson, the one who makes the stop defensively.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
That one covers 29 yards. First down.
First down, Falcons.
Here's Swift.
They find some open field here.
And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. First and 10.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Once again, it's Swift.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, Swift.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
The tackle made at the 6-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Go! 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
Here's Swift.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
DeAndre Swift hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6. 18-yard line.
Throwing now is Lance.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Throwing is Lance on 3rd down.
And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3 and out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercept.
Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. Leaping over him. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back. Drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there.
On 2nd and 9, Lance over the middle to Smith. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. On 1st down, Lance. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 12-yard line. Lance, a handoff here to Mostert. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Raheem Mostert, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders get a bit closer.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
They'll look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. And one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Lance now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Here's Lance. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Desperation time here. Lance. Here's Fuller with a catch.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Now Lance again. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1.
They'll run with Mostert.
That 2nd down play nets a -4.
This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Touchdown, Raiders!
Raheem Mostert
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
The Raiders again will come to the line and go for 2. They'll let Robinson try and run. And he's going to get in. So they're back within 11. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game. The 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing.
They'll run right here with Swift.
And some room to work. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
191 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he continues to put a hurt on this defense. Now a give right side Swift.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Here's a handoff to Swift.
And some room to run now. And he'll wind up taking this all the way down to the Raiders' 15. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree. Matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league. And they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for Atlanta, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on